So I just had a thought. And it made me run to my microphone and turn it on and start recording. Now that's where I am. That's the lead up to the story. Now we're here, and this is the present. And this thought, there's no way that this thought represents reality, any reality that currently exists or may exist in the future, and yet this thought, it is intriguing enough to me that I cannot help but at least entertain it. I cannot help but at least entertain the idea. Here's my thought. What if? Just what if? Just for a second, just suspend your disbelief. Just forget everything that you know that helps you form rational thought. Just let it go for a second. What if? What if Metroid Prime 4 at the Game Awards? Now, I know what you're thinking. Arlo, that is you putting any sort of expectation on the Game Awards. That's you putting not only an expectation, but a Nintendo-related one. We all know Nintendo and their relationship with the Game Awards, it's weird. It is simply weird. It is impossible to know what Nintendo is going to or not going to do any given year. One year, it's Breath of the Wild gameplay reveal. Another year, it's Breath of the Wild DLC reveal. Another year, it's Cranky Kong. And another year, or many years, it's nothing. It's literally nothing. Sometimes when it seems the most likely, they'll have something to show off. Just absolutely nothing. Nintendo basically just doesn't even show up. They send Reggie or Doug Bowser to accept whatever is nominated for whatever because flights from Seattle to New York are pretty cheap. But that's pretty much it. You can't ever count on Nintendo to bring some, like a reveal, like a real, like kind of a new reveal, a trailer, something for one of their games to the Game Awards. You just can't. And Metroid Prime 4 in particular is one of those ones where just we waited so many years for it to be revealed, so there was always a maybe. But here's what I'm thinking. So right now, it has been revealed. So like, there you go. The ice has already been broken. We have seen Metroid Prime 4. We have the title. You know, we only got the barest little bits of gameplay. We still don't even know really what the game is about, but the ice has been broken. So Nintendo bringing some sort of new trailer or something to the Game Awards, it's not so far-fetched anymore. It was always a far-fetched idea that they would like fully reveal it, like the very, very first reveal at the Game Awards, but now we don't really have to worry about that angle anymore. So this, to me, that makes the idea of seeing Metroid Prime 4 at the Game Awards, it's a little bit more realistic. But really what got me thinking about it was just the timing of everything. Nintendo has got a new system coming up pretty much right after the holidays. I'm expecting them to reveal the thing. There's no reason not to, especially if it is launching before the first half of the year is over. They're gonna be doing some sort of big presentation. They are not going to announce the new system in a Nintendo Direct. That is not how Nintendo works. It's not how they did it with the Switch, and I know you never really can tell with Nintendo, but I really don't think so. It's not gonna happen. They're not gonna do a Nintendo Direct and announce the Switch. It's gonna be a separate thing. They're probably gonna do the same thing as last time. They're gonna announce the announcement. They're going to tell us when they will announce it. Then there will be an announcement trailer, and then there probably will be some big presentation. And I do not believe that this big presentation that, you know, I'm pretty much expecting a repeat of the January 2017 presentation for the Switch that showed off all the features and revealed a bunch of new games. I'm expecting something like that because it just makes sense. And all of the focus is going to want to be on the Switch 2. They're not going to be wanting to talk about Switch games unless they're talking about how Switch games run on it or something, but they're not going to be revealing Switch games. And if that's true, if whatever the next presentation they do is going to be Switch 2 focused, and they're not going to want to talk about Switch games, that means that there's not going to be a regular Nintendo Direct at the beginning of next year. And that means that any other announcements, any other information, any new trailers or anything they've got for any of their currently announced upcoming games for the Switch, those things need a platform. They need somewhere to go. Generally, in a situation like this, we've even seen it this year. There was no September Direct. We usually get a September Direct, but Nintendo just didn't have enough going on. So instead, we just got the social media thing. They just dropped new trailers. All the games that came out this year, they just kept dropping new trailers on social media and just doing it this way. Even now, we're finally getting stuff for Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. But here's the thing, though. Metroid Prime 4, it's probably going to be the last big Switch exclusive game. The rest of the stuff that we get probably going to be just like more ports and remasters and whatnot. Maybe some cross-gen games. Is that going to be a thing? I really don't know. It doesn't really sound like it. But like Metroid Prime 4, it's a big game. It is Metroid and it always struggles to sell. I don't know how successful it will end up being, but at least when you just look at the game itself, it is a big AAA Nintendo game. They're going to want it to do well. And so it's going to be a little bit weird, especially after all this buildup, especially after they announced the darn game 7 years ago, after they've made us wait all this time and they finally gave us the big reveal in the last Nintendo Direct. After all of that, it would feel particularly strange to just start dropping trailers, like we know it's coming next year. We don't know when. We can guess that it's probably coming before the Switch 2 launches, so sometime in the first half of the year. I hope they don't launch it right at the launch of the Switch 2, because then that's going to distract away from it and all that stuff. So I would not be surprised if Metroid Prime 4 launched within the first few months of 2025. I'm expecting it early in the year. They finally gave us the initial reveal, and I don't think it's going to be long before we get more. But if there's not going to be a Nintendo Direct, a regular traditional Nintendo Direct, because they're going to be all hands on Switch 2, all eyes on that, then where do you start advertising Metroid Prime 4? At least like the next one. The first one they gave us was very teasery. The next one is going to be the big one. There's still so much they need to communicate about the game, so probably no trailer is going to be more important than the next one. And then you got to look at Metroid Prime 4. What is Metroid Prime? It's one of Nintendo's more, quote-unquote mature kind of feeling series. Metroid, it's a little bit more serious. It was all, sci-fi. It was all inspired by Alien and stuff. It's got a person in a robotic suit shooting aliens. That's half of the games that release nowadays is just people in power suits, sci-fi gun stuff. So in a way, Metroid could potentially appeal to a wider audience. So if you're going to show off this game to anyone, wouldn't you want to get it in front of some fresh eyes, in front of the eyes of some people who might not necessarily be Nintendo fans? And now you've got this event where fans of all kinds, gamers from everywhere, they're all gathered together to watch this one event. Is that not the perfect opportunity to show off the next big Metroid Prime 4 trailer? Is that not perfect? The timing couldn't be better. The situation couldn't be more fitting. And it's Nintendo's got a free slot at the Game Awards. Basically, they go to Jeff Keighley and give him anything. Hey, we've got any kind of reveal. He'll probably just be begging them. He'll just, yes, please, absolutely do whatever you want. But big new trailer for Metroid Prime 4. Again, not like the widest appeal in the world, but a really dedicated audience, and it's something that Nintendo really wants to show off. Like, yes, I'm sure they have an open invitation to show off anything at the Game Awards, and this right here, it just seems like such a good opportunity. Now, I'm getting real caught up in this idea, and I do have to take a step back and remind myself, this is me expecting something Nintendo related at the Game Awards. And, like, something that I, in particular, really want. See, that's when you always have to be extra wary, is when it's something that you personally really want. Because then it's just like, oh, okay, well, obviously this is just wishful thinking. So I don't know. I just got thinking about it. And I can't stop thinking about it. And I know it's never good to count on anything like this. But, man, it's just perfect. I can't let go of the idea. It's just too perfect. Nintendo shows up to the Game Awards with a Metroid Prime trailer. Like, it's just perfect. It's perfect. So that is my thought. My thought that will definitely not end up representing reality in any way. But have a good day. Goodbye.